Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at a very interesting team for the Open Great League, as I lost a bet as a viewer asked me to review the Raichu, and I said if they ask me that 50 times, like in 50 different days, I will be able, or like I'm going to showcase our Raichu for them in the Open Great League. They're currently at around like 43 while I'm recording this, so I'm just going to count it like this as well. Congrats to them, definitely great for them, but of course I hold my word here, and of course if you like this one, definitely leave a like on the video. But honestly, this was one of the best and most fun teams I have ever played in Go Battle League. And the sole reason for this, you're going to see it right now on the screen, is Skull Bash on this Pokemon. It was so much fun, honestly. You're going to see it land all the time today. It was so strong. This team worked out super well. I can highly recommend you this team, which is super weird to say about a team with a Raichu. But even against the hardest counters, like you're going to see it later on as well, you're just going to be able to nuke them. We are not running anything like the standard moveset with like something like Thunder Punch or like the Brick Break, because those moves are something that you get fast to. No, today we're going to run a double nuke with Wild Charge and the Skull Bash, and it was definitely the right decision. This was so much fun to play. Honestly, you're going to see it here all the time. We're going to have a Togetic against us. We're going to have a very great backline for us here, because they're going to completely hardwall them with our Registeel. They're going to shield up the move here, totally fine for me. I can go ahead and go for another move, as they're going to catch the move on the Swampert. Of course, here it would have been really cool if I could have went for one Skull Bash, but Raichu is just doing so much damage that they even have to shield up the incoming charge move here as well, which is going to be just the Wild Charge. And like this, we're going to put them into a range, of course, where one Seed Bomb is easily enough anyway. But they're going to have to still get to an Earthquake here, which they don't. And like this, you're going to be able to easily win this game, as Togetic has literally nothing against any kind of Steel type. So here, as you're going to see, the opponent has nowhere to go. Ancient Power, have fun with that one. We just have to go for one charge move, and we will be able to win this game, but here they're actually going to forfeit. Next opponent, Hexerus, with the move Breaking Swipe most likely here against us in the lead. This can be a little bit tricky, but as you're going to see right now, Breaking Swipe coming through, going to do some pretty decent damage. We're still going to be able to at least go for one Shadow Ball here and secure a knockout if they don't want to shield, and they don't want to shield. Allowing me now to swap out, and we're gonna get out the Jellicent as well as the Noctowl. And as you might know already, both of them are weak to electric type moves, and this is in general a meta thing anyway. A lot of teams are really weak against electric type moves, unless they have like something that counters like Lantern at least still. But here, for example, we're going to now have a great matchup for the end. And you'll see me also not using a shield on my Registeel, because my Registeel is bulky enough to take this charge move on its own. But we're going to be able to go for another charge move here and even farm down the opponent's Jellicent with our Registeel without using a shield. Going for another Zapkin here right now, forcing the final shield by the opponent. And I can just swap out of here. I can swap out of here into my Raichu, and they see there is nowhere in hell that you're going to be able to win this game. This is going to be a good game. Horrific lead for us. And Noctowl, in comes the Registeel. We have an energy advantage, and I'm gonna go for the Zap Cannon. A good old trick that usually does not work for me because I never get the debuff. But this time around, I do get the debuff. I get the shield and the debuff, allowing me now to take the opponent's move also fairly easily. But they're gonna also go for the bait here with the Zap Cannon, which is hilarious to be fair. But as you're going to see here right now, I'm going to get both shields from the opponent. And honestly, in hindsight, I shouldn't have even shielded this move here up from the opponent, because I could have just went into my Trevenant and tried to knock them out with one Shadow Ball. But like this, we're still going to be able to go for another Focus Blast. We can realign if we want to. And I feel like maybe I shouldn't, because you kind of want to keep a shield around for your Raichu. And this is exactly what we're going to do here right now. We have a shield for the Raichu. They're going to have a Shadow variant of Swampert in the back. And I think you might already know what's coming next, right? We're going to see the Hydro Cannon coming through. We don't care about this. It's Skull Bash time, and Skull Bash is so strong on this Pokemon. Boom, goodbye, Swampert. You're the hardest answers? I don't think so. As we're gonna get out the Noctowl now, can go for a Shadow Ball, but we have a defense buff, so we don't even care about this one. And the Raichu is going to town here, going for another Wild Charge to knock out the opponent here. And we can now go ahead and go into the next game, Meganium lead. That is fairly decent for us. It's kinda actually neutral more, but we're gonna get out now the Sableye, where we can try to get a shield from the opponent. I'm gonna go for the bait here, because it is kinda worth it in my opinion, and it definitely was worth it. And with the additional damage of the Shadow Claw, we should put the opponent here into range for just one Zap Cannon, which is really good for us, as you're going to see here right now as well. The opponent can go for their charge moves, foul plays coming through. I don't really mind too much, but we should be able to win this matchup all the time thanks to the extra damage from the Shadow Claw. They're going to, of course, not gonna get the debuff here. They can get another shield from me, but I will be able to reach another charge move. And unless they're going to swap out here, which they could, they are going to go down here. This is going to easily one-shot the opponent. And we will see that they can go back into their Meganium. Meganium will only know moves that are going to be resisted by our Trevenant, and I'm going to still shield this move up because Frenzy Plant still hurts quite a bit. But in comes now the Noctowl, and we can go ahead and even overfarm here, I feel like. Let's see, it's going to be a Shadow Ball coming through. I'm kind of forced to overfarm. It's going to be such a tough game to come back from, because the opponent, like, I still have to go for one Shadow Ball here, and they're most likely going to be able to get quite a lot of farm here against me, but actually because of the Wild Charge debuff, it's only like 2 or 3 fast moves here, which is going to allow us to get to the Shadow Ball, and this is going to one-shot the opponent's Meganium here for sure, winning us this game, and we can move on into the next one. We're going to have a Toxapex in the lead here, which will allow us now to later on swap out most likely into our Registeel. We have 2 very good answers for this in the back. I tried to catch the move, didn't work out, and we're gonna get out the Hexorus. This is not looking good. I will be able to let the first move go through though, which is going to be the Surf actually. They want to surf you on this Pokemon, that's kinda wild. I will be able to go for one Zap Cannon, gonna get the shield here, but of course no debuff, you know my Registeel luck already. Registeel never works for me, but luckily the opponent is going to decide to throw a charge move here, allowing me to overfarm by a little bit as well with my Trevenant, and the Shadow Ball is going to come through here and knock them out, as they can go back into, no, they're gonna go into an Umbreon. This is going to be a very tough matchup now. They're going to be able to go for a charge move here, it's going to be a Brine, very nice bait there by the opponent. But they actually still get to another one. This was a mistake I should have thrown earlier. Sludge Drive is coming through, and at this point of time, I just kind of have to go for the Scalbish in order to try to not debuff myself yet. And I'm gonna get the defense buff here at least, which is going to be very cool for me. But as you're going to see right now as well, the opponent gonna go for one foul play, gonna get me kinda low. I gonna go for one Wild Charge here right now. They're fairly likely that they're going to shield this move up, and I have to swap out here right now. They're gonna go straight for the charge move. I hope that this just barely is not enough to knock me out, but it actually is giving him too much farm here, sadly. There's no lot that I can do at this matchup anymore, because the Umbreon is going to survive with just a few HP left, and our Raichu is going to go down here by one more foul play. So that's going to be a good game to the opponent, as he can move on into the next one. We're going to have amazing Say Stop for us. We don't swap out immediately, I'm going to swap out now, and that's going to completely lock in the opponent into this matchup where they definitely don't want to be in. Dazzling Gleam is going to do next to no damage against us. We can just go for one Zapkin, one-shot them, have the actual even more like energy here, which is going to be really nice. Forcing the opponent to also have to take like a Focus Blast here, which is going to be funny. So like it's going to be such a good scenario for us right now. Focus Blast coming through, gonna get a ton of damage onto the opponent, putting them also into Wild Charge range, which is really nice. Is they go ahead and go for one Hydro Cannon, which does not even work for them, as I still get to another move here right now. And I have a move stored on my Trevenant as well, so if I want to snipe, I could snipe, but they're going to swap out into the Frosters, allowing me to go into my own Raichu, and I'm forced to use a shield here. I will be able to outspeed them, I think, though, because, no, actually, no, never mind. I will get to the moves at the same time as they get to the moves, so they're going to outspeed me, but I will be able to just one-shot them. And also the Swampert comes in, and the Swampert also does not really enjoy this Wild Charge here as well, because the opponent also does know that this game was over already. Next opponent, Ninetales coming in against our Registeel. This is going to be very decent for us. They can go straight for the Wither Ball here, but there's no way really that they can realign, I think. Unless I might be, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong actually. Can they realign here? We will see. They're gonna get the attack drop, so yeah, there's no way that they can realign with the attack drop right now. I might just gonna go ahead and go for the full farm down though. Look on farm down looks pretty juicy here, to be fair. Let's see if we can do that. It's going to be a close one. They can still get to a move. We're just going to ball it out here and just say it's going to not knock us out, and it does knock us out, allowing us to get to another charge move here, and also not allowing the opponent's Medicham to get too much farm here, which is going to be very important, as they are sadly going to have a Grand Ball in the back. That's going to be super bad for us. This is going to be a tough one to still win. I have to try to get to another Seed Bomb, and I just barely get there, which is really important, as now I'm forced to farm them down here. There's no way really for me to throw a charge move here, and I at least going to be able to do this here. I'm going to be able to farm them down. But what am I gonna do now? Do I go for double wild charge? No, we're never gonna go for double wild charge. We're gonna go for one Skull Bash, and that's all we need with a Raichu. Bye bye Medicham. And you see, like, I'm battling all the crazy meta lines here as well, and we are just going to town with our Raichu, which is just wild to think. Like, this Pokemon is usually not really seen anywhere. So otherwise, also, if you want to submit some battles, there's always the option in the link in the description. If you didn't know about this, I always enjoy to showcase also some other people's battles. But here we want to now encounter the Sand Stage, which is actually fairly decent that we're gonna get it out here. We should still survive a drill run from this range, allowing us to go for another charge move, allowing us to also get some shields here from the opponent, putting them into range for sure for just one wild charge. One wild charge will be enough to knock them out here. But of course I can catch a drill run here, right? No, they're actually gonna go for the Ice Punch. For whatever reason they did this, it's going to help them out so much here right now, which is so weird. Like, honestly, I still have no idea why they try to go for an Ice Punch against my Raichu if they could just go for the super effective drill run, which would have knocked me out. But no, they decided not to, and like this, they're going to survive with 1 HP. And maybe, just maybe, in a different world where this would have knocked them out, I might have been even able to win this game still, but still a good game to the opponent. Horrific lead here with the Pelipper, but in comes now the Charizard, and we can at least get a shield here, which is going to be very nice for us as well. This is going to now get the shield and gonna get the attack drop as well. 2 flying type Pokemon already, but also this is going to now mean that I'm going to be able to use 1 shield here to get the Blast Burn away, but also I should be able to go for another charge move afterwards. They're most likely not going to, like, they definitely kind of want to shield here, I would say. But I will be able to either realign here against the Pelipper or get another shield here, which is going to be also very nice, and get now a ton of energy with my Raichu. I'm going to use a shield against the potential Blast Burn here, of course. Better be safe than sorry, I would say. But I'm going to go out of this matchup basically with a Wild Charge Sword or even close to a Skull Bash. In comes now the Lantern, and you're going to see me here going for 1 Skull Bash, because this is going to be way better for me. This is going to now put me into range basically where I can easily survive anything from the opponent. It's going to be the Surf, doesn't really matter too much. I can go for the knockout here against the opponent with 1 Wild Charge, and I will be able to now swap out into my Trevenant and hopefully outspeed them to the Hurricane. This is my goal here. Can I outspeed them? No, I'm half a turn away. They're going to be able to go for a Hurricane now, knock me out. But it doesn't matter, because they had to throw immediately. They don't have the energy to still get to another move, and this Wild Charge is going to one-shot them, of course, from that range. Would have also one-shot them from full health. So, next opponent, Horrific Elite again, and Horrific Stay Swap for us. We're going to have a Swampert against us now against the Registeel, as well as the worst possible lead for this lane with Noctowl. So hard counted. I guess it's going to still be maybe okay, as they're gonna go for the bait first. It doesn't really matter as they go for another charge move here as well. Actually, makes basically no difference if you go for Hydro Cannon there or for the Earthquake, as you're going to be able to get some more energy with the Hydro Cannon there compared to the Earthquake. So, like, it doesn't really matter if you need 2 of them. Here we will still be able to go for 1 Seed Bomb, knock them out, and now it's all down to Raichu. Can Raichu clean this game? We know already that we're going to be able to beat the Noctowl most likely, and they're going to have a Registeel in the back. And you're gonna go straight for those moves, because we know, of course, that they're going to be able to debuff me later on. But as you're going to see here right now, I will be able to just get a ton of energy here now. They're gonna be able to not even debuff me, which is really nice. I'm going to be at 2 Wild Charge already, and there's nowhere like that they can go anymore. Like, this is going to be it. There's nothing they can do. Raichu is just going to completely demolish the opponent again. And it is just so wild to see, to be fair, that Raichu is just so strong in this current meta. It is so weird. We're going to get another Wild Charge off, and this is going to be another very good game. It is crazy, to be fair. Like, I don't know. Raichu is just super strong right now. Next opponent, Greedent lead. Horrible lead again. Like, we have so many bad leads. But Registeel Stay Swap is also kind of the MVP of this team. Registeel Stay Swap, still most likely the best Stay Swap in the current meta. It is just so safe to have. Well, as you're going to see here right now, we're going to be able to go for 1 Focus Blast against the opponent. Going to do some pretty decent damage. But they're going to try to retaliate with those crunches against me, which luckily doesn't debuff me, as I can go ahead and go for my own Focus Blast, which definitely going to knock them out. I don't think they're going to shield here. Why? Why would you shield here? Like, honestly, I will be able to take another move from you, and it doesn't really help you too much. I guess they might be able to outspeed me here right now, but I can farm you down after this. Honestly, I don't know really why they wanted to shield here, but that's going to be fine, as they're going to go into an Azumarill, and you know already which Pokemon going to have a great time here right now. The Raichu. The Raichu is just going to go ahead and shield once, farm down. That's mostly... Oh no, actually, I can let this move go through. It's only Nice Beam. or it's a play rough actually. Okay, it's still totally fine for me. I have a ton of energy. I know that the one Pokemon is at 1 HP, so it doesn't matter, and they're actually gonna go into this. And for today's final game, we're going to encounter Mandibuzz. Hello, Mandibuzz. First wild shot's coming through, going to do a ton of damage. We can go for another one here. That's going to do, getting at the shield at least. Still going to be actually a little bit of a closer one, but no, never mind. At this point of time, they cannot knock even out my Trevenant, and Trevenant should just be able to farm down. And this is also going to be it for today's video. Honestly, I was surprised how strong this Pokemon is. It was so much fun to play it, just because of Skull Bash. It's such an interesting Pokemon, honestly. I had a great time. Hope you also had a great time. If you did, please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye bye.